Hi friends, it's me again. Today I wanted to show you three new inks that you probably haven't heard about. And I have been contemplating not doing this video simply because I don't think these inks are available anywhere else. Like they're out of stock if I remember correctly. But anyway, this is a special project, and I will let you know here more details here within the video. But it was a special project that was born in Spain, and they're very special inks, and it took a lot of people to make this happen. So anyway, let's just dive in. There are three inks, and how they came about is because a group of, I think, 6 or 7 people in Spain um, wanted to create a line of inks, but they went above and beyond with their their product. First of all, like they named it Ñ, Tinta Ñ, which is a letter. I think it's unique to the Spanish language. I don't think any other language uses the letter Ñ. So it's an N with like a line over it, and it's Ñ, which is super cool. I love the name. And then a few things here to notice. There are three inks, and the photographs for the boxes all came from one of the team members who, what does he do? It's like scuba diving. Forgive me if I get it wrong, but he does some sort of, I think it's scuba diving. And he's a photographer, so in his trips in the water, he takes these amazing photographs, and they used those photographs for the packaging. And there are three: Ermitaño, Posidonia, and Flavellina. So Ermitaño is the hermit crab. Posidonia is, I think that's how you say it also in English, Posidonia grass, I think, or it's got another name under it, but they also call it Neptune grass. And then the last one, Flabellina. Now I put this in translate, and it has the same name in English, so it's, I don't know how would you say it in English, Flabellina. But anyway, it's some sort of a slug, like sea slug, and you can see that photograph here. So three different colors: red, green, and a purple. And you can get like a hint of the properties on the top. So I am really excited for that purple one. It's got beautiful, beautiful colors. And then Pannonia was commissioned to make the ink. So Pannonia, if you're not familiar with Pannonia, I believe they're out of Romania, and it's run by a guy named Mate, and he has been creating inks for quite a bit some time. And so I'm glad that he was involved with this project. It was really, really neat to see that. And then also this group of people reached out to an organization called Prodis, Fundación CEE Prodis, and they're also out of Spain. And what they do is that they help people with disabilities, basically giving them job opportunities. And so what the team at Tinta Ñ did was that they had these young people bottle and package all of the inks. So all of these were, I believe, bottled by these wonderful group of people, and also boxed. So that was a super wonderful project, and it's very unique to this line of ink, to this line of inks. And it was just really something that I hadn't seen before. I know there are like projects that help people, but I believe, like, this is basically a non-profit line of inks, basically because all of the funds went to pay for the jobs that bottling and packaging these inks created. So yeah, here are the bottles. I'm just gonna do one at a time. This is the red one. I love the clear sticker, the clear label. It's super nice. Nice heavy glass bottle too. And also one thing that, you know, I I had a chat with the people behind the inks, and I will put a little bit more information about their website here, and but they also sourced the glass bottles themselves, and then I think the caps were sourced separately, so they were, you know, that's a big project to take on, and then with several different people on the team, it also, you know, I don't know how they did it, because for me it's just me deciding things for my shop, and I can't seem to make my mind most of the time, and I drag my feet. So kudos to all these people for making this happen. But yeah, and also the ink was sold out of one of a small retailer in Spain who is also part of this team. But because they didn't like produce a whole line of inks, like, or a lot of these inks, they were very limited, and so I do believe that they're now completely sold out. I will see if maybe they plan to bring some more again, but I do think they're working on a few other colors or a few other projects, because this is a Mediterranean line, and it's they have it here on all three boxes. So overall, like, super cool packaging, beautiful graphics. Yeah, I love it. So I went ahead and made a little sampler page on some old Tomoe River paper, and I want to give a quick shout out to these pens. These are, I think, well, yeah, special editions or limited editions to Endless Pens USA, and these are Opus 88 mini pocket pens, and I've had these sitting on my desk for months now, inked, and I've always left the, what do you call this, a valve, like, all the way open so that it's always flowing, and I just used it to write out the names of the inks, and they just worked. It just worked, like, I don't know where, like, it's been sitting here and I hadn't used it, and boom. So if you are ever thinking or considering buying one of these pens, yeah, they're fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna swatch. I'll see if I can actually get, I don't know, yeah, this will fit in here. So I'm gonna use my Kakimori stainless steel nib, and I will do some swatches so we can see the colors. I have my little glass of water so I can clean my nib after. But yeah, let's start with the red, because I did go like rainbow order, red, green, and purple. So let's start with this color. And I'm also glad, oh, see, yeah, nice. I'm also glad that this is a heavy bottle and it's got a square base. I don't have to be concerned about tipping it over. And also, I didn't mention the size, but it's a 50 milliliter bottle of ink. So that's quite a nice amount of ink. And one of the things I'm more concerned about right now is that I've had these inks for quite a while now, but I have just never gotten to using them or trying them or testing them. So and they've just been sitting behind me for a while, and sometimes they do get some sun. By sometimes I mean every day they've been getting sun, but they've been in the box, so I just I don't anticipate any problems or any issues with the ink. Yeah, no, that looks good, because you know they tell you not to leave ink or exposed to the sun, but they're not like immediately exposed. It's just like the box. But anyway, did I get some? Yeah, I think so. Let's look at that. Oh, that's such a rich color. Sorry, this looks funky. Ooh, this is nice, friends. That's a beautiful red. I'm gonna do it sideways because I didn't plan this accordingly. But yeah, that's beautiful. Let's see what it looks like here in a minute when it's all dry. So let me just rinse that really quick. And let me dry my little nib, and then we'll move on to the next color. Okay, we are ready with our Posidonia color, and I got my fingers stained. It looks like a pretty dark color, so we'll see. Now, I think my nib looks as clean as it will get. I'm a little concerned just because I don't want to like contaminate my inks with like the colors, but I think I'm good. So, oh, this is like so dark. I see the green popping up though. Yes. I'll definitely have to put these colors in a pen because of course it's a little bit different. Posidonia. Yeah. Let's see if I can get like, okay. Yeah, there we go. Yes. I wanted to get a less saturated feel of the color. That's nice. Nice and dark. And over here you can see the line. It's pretty dark that if you put it in a fine pen, you know, you can use it for work, for professional settings, but behind it there's still a fun color. You know, if you're using like a medium or like a stub nib, you will always get some of that green. Even with the fine, like you're seeing like green. So that's a pretty neat color. Let's clean this. All right, friends, we are ready for our third and last color. My nib is as clean as it can be. So let's do this thing. Oh, you know, for the other one, I wasn't really. That's why I feel like if you dab the ink, or sorry, the nib against the glass, you will get off some of the ink. That way when you swatch, it's a little bit less saturated. But since I didn't do that for the others, I'm not going to do it for this one. Oh, that's beautiful, friends. That's so beautiful. Let's write this, Flavellina. And let's see if I can get a little less saturated. Those are nice colors. Let's see that that's pretty. Let's see, I'm gonna widen. Well, let me cap this first because I do not want any messes. And please excuse this thing right here. That's the tripod. You can see the green is still not dry yet. It's drying, but I love that purple. There's like hints of pink, which you can see in the inspiration. And I think that's awesome that Mate was able to translate that, like the picture, into the ink. That's awesome. The Posidonia is probably a little bit darker than I expected. But yeah, no, it's pretty true. I almost wanted like a brighter green, but it is known that the darker the color, the easier it is to sell the ink because you know, if the color's too light, then people can't read it. It's a little bit harder to sell, and that's just, I mean, you probably knew that, and even you probably um, look for darker colors, right, than anything that's lighter. And then that red one, yeah, those are pretty great colors. I'm really happy with this project, and again, just if I didn't like make myself clear, like, or if I didn't explain things correctly earlier, basically the team behind Tinta Ñ outsourced the bottling work to this foundation, where what they do is try to provide jobs to people with disabilities. And I think that's just wonderful, such a great project. And I hope and I want other more businesses to do that as well, because it's not easy for people with disabilities to find jobs, you know. And yeah, that's such a wonderful project. I'm really in love with it, and I cannot wait to see what other inks they come up with. And thank you so much to the team behind Tinta Ñ, because they actually sent me these bottles a while back, and like I said, I've just like I hadn't had time to use them, um, but now like I'm pretty excited. Look at that purple. That Flavellina is beautiful. It's so nice. That's probably my favorite in the bunch. Yeah. Well, friends, I hope I introduced you to a new brand. Go follow them on Instagram. I'll put their Instagram name here. I'll put the website in the captions, as well as information from the team and the foundation that worked on the inks. Go follow them. Go check out what they do. It's always nice to support special projects, and this one is even more special because of all that went behind it and all that it's actually doing. So I hope you all learned something new today, that you were exposed to a new brand. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I will catch you again next time, friends. Bye-bye.